In this video, I'm going to be talking about order of operations, and it's part 2. There was a first part, hopefully you watched that, and there was a couple things that I want to really talk about and emphasize a little bit more. You got in the part 1, you got the premise of order of operations, and you got the acronym Pemdas, which is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And by getting that premise, now I want to tell you about a couple important details that help you to really do it accurately every time. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do a couple problems on here, and I want you to follow along as we go here. So 5 parentheses 8 minus 3. So looks like a pretty simple problem. The one thing I see is subtraction here. I see the parentheses here. I don't see anything right here. So whenever parentheses are next to a number, it's going to be, you're going to do this, and whatever you get here is going to be multiplied to that number. So whenever it's a number sitting next to a parentheses, the order of operation is multiplication. Okay? So now if we do this problem like this, by the steps, parentheses first, 8 minus 3. So I do that, it gets me 5. And then I bring the 5 down. Okay? So I did the parentheses first. Now there's no exponents. Now I go to multiplication and division. And I can see that they're next to each other, so it's multiplying. 5 times 5 is 25. And so my answer is 25. Okay? The key here, I want you to think about, whenever you have a number next to a parentheses, the order of operation is multiplication. Okay? That's really critical. That'll come up quite a bit. Okay, the other thing I want to talk to you about is what you do. There's kind of 4 steps. So this right here is the first step. That's the second step. That's the third, and that's the fourth. So the first step is always dealing with the parentheses. The second step is always dealing with the exponents. The third step is dealing with the multiplication and division. And once you get to this third step, you're going left to right. Okay? So right here, I get to this third step, to where I have to do all the multiplication division. I'm going to start at this left side and just go all the way across. Now if there's a multiplication, say it's a multiplication, division, subtraction, multiplication. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to start here on the left side. I'm going to do the multiplication problem. I'm going to do the division problem. I'm going to skip this and then do this problem. Okay? So multiplication, division, left to right. Same thing with addition. Once you get to this fourth step, this addition and subtraction, you start at the left and go right. So I'm going to show you a problem. 10 to the third power divided by 2 to the second power times 5. So following the order of operations, I'm going to do the exponents first. So I look at this right here as an exponent, and that's an exponent. Doesn't matter which one I do first. I'm going to do this one first. I know 10 to the third is 10 times 10 times 10, or is 1,000. And this one is 2 times 2, because it's 2 to the second, is 4. Then I bring this down, bring this down, bring this down. So now I have 1,000 divided by 4 times 5. You have to start here and go this way onto this step, multiplication and division. It doesn't matter if this is multiplication or this is division or this is multiplication or this. You always start at the left and go right. Because if I would start over here, this one looks easier. 4 times 5 is 20. 1,000 divided by 20 That gets me 50. The answer to this problem is not 50. It's not 50. You've gone out of order. Multiplication and division, you got to start here and go that way. So what I do is this. I do this first. 1,000 divided by 4 is 250, and then I bring these down. Times 5. 250 times 5 is a much different answer than 50. It's 1,250. So with Pemdas, you're doing all of the parentheses first. Do the parentheses first. And you can kind of, if you want this, if you want it to remember it, always do left to right, no matter what you're doing. Left to right. So I'm going to start with parentheses. Start over here. All the parentheses going this way. I do them. Then I go to exponents. All the exponents this way. Do them. Then I do all the multiplication and division this way. Do them. Then I do all the subtraction and addition starting here and going this way. Okay? This is a really critical step. So in this video, I wanted you to really get to know that if something is a number next to parentheses, it's going to be multiplication. So that's going to equals 15. 3 times 5. Very important. And then also left to right. Once you understand the Pemdas, the parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, each of these little sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, you start left and go right, step by step. The other thing I saw, a very common mistake, and I just want to reemphasize this with exponents. 2 to the 5 power does not equal 10. 3 to the second power does not equal 6. With exponents, you got to say 3 2 times. 3 times 3. And this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. You do it 5 times. Okay, so be careful with exponents. Whenever you have a number next to each other in parentheses, it's multiplication. And with all the sections, start left, go right. I know that's a lot to remember. Order of operations is really important. We're going to practice this a lot. And to get into algebra, you need to know these steps.